So guys, now in this video we are going to talk about this SQL injection, and mostly we will see the union based SQL injection. First we need to set up some settings in the Metasploitable. Without this you will get errors. First go into this var www and multi-relay folder, and what you want to do is you need to edit a configuration file. Let's say sudo nano config. Okay, sorry, config.inc file, and what you want to change is in this php file you need to change this value to OWASP 10. So I have already changed it. In previous value it says db name as Metasploitable, Metasploit. You need to change that to OWASP 10. Now press Ctrl X and click press the Y button to save that. Now after that we need to restart the Apache web server. So to do that you need to say sudo hc init.d, which is a initial daemon initialization scripts. It's a daemon that will run the services like Apache, FTP, etc. And you need to say Apache reload. So you need to say sudo hc init.d Apache to reload. If you hit enter, the Apache web server will get started, reloaded. Now all I want to do is I want to go into my web server, browser, and type the IP address of this Metasploitable. So click on this multi-relay, and what you want to do is you need to click this reset DB. So it will all create all the databases accordingly, and you need to go to OWASP top 10 injection extra data user info. So now it's saying please enter username and password to view account details. So let's say Nikhil and Nikhil. So it says bad username or password. So before going into this injection, and I will discuss you one concept, that is select statement. We have already discussed this in the previous video from the SQL basics, but again I want to explain it for you. Select star every from the table where username is equals to Nikhil and password is equals to Nikhil. So in the back end side, this query returns some values, that is the row of the table which containing username Nikhil and the password as Nikhil. So that will be used by PHP or Python or any other backend programming language, and that can be used for authentication. So this query simply extracts the data from the table where username is equals to Nikhil and password is equals to Nikhil. So here there is some misconfiguration, and what you can do is instead of Nikhil, what you can type is you can type a quotation mark, and then if you say or else you can put the two hyphens and space. So now what this means is it will read the select star from sample data table where username is equals to blank, and after this query gets truncated because in SQL this is a comment, right? So if you type two hyphens and space, it will, the other part of this SQL query will not be considered into the query. So now what I can do is before this comment I can say or. We have already seen this or I will say 1 is equals to 1. So what this means is I can just simply place this value in the username field, and this value will be sent into this username. So this quotation mark will already be there, and what I want to send is only this one. So if I send this, it will be placed in this username field, and on reading this select star from table where username is equals to blank, and it will be treated as two conditions. This is username one condition, or 1 is equals to 1, which is true because 1 is equal to 1, right? And then this, on seeing this comment, the right side part of this comment will be ignored because it's a comment, right? So you don't need to care about this. And what this return is, it will return a true statement. So if you are not taking these values into the username or any variable, if you are directly saying testing this authentication with the query, then it will automatically allow our login. So it does not check about the username or the password if there is a bypassing authentication. So if you directly put the if of select this statement is equals to true, then automatically login will be successful. So that's you need to store it in variables. If you do not store it in variables, okay, this will bypass the login authentication. I hope you have understood this syntax, right? It's very simple. Instead of username field, you will put this value so that it will get into this username condition. So on checking this, it will be divided into the two conditions, which is username and the or. So this will be 1 is equals to 1, which is true. Even the username is equals to false, we don't care, because one condition is true, then the whole class will be true, and this is the comment, we don't care. So the entire statement becomes true, and if you coded the poorly, then you will get the automatically login. So this is the basic of this SQL injection. Now what I can do is I put the only quotation. So whenever I put the quotation and hit the view account details, I get some errors. So generally we should not get these errors, but this is a practice machine, we get the errors. In case if you see any websites, they get only this error message executing query. If even you get this message, it has some injection capabilities. So as you can see, they have already told me select star from accounts where username is equals to password is equals to. Okay, now let me say this. So on our backend there is a select star from accounts. There is an accounts table where it's checking the username and the password. So I think it's a double quotation or single quotation. So let me check with admin. Let's say admin quote and click on this view account details. So it's a single quotation, and password is equal to single quotation. It's no need to worry about the single quotation. If single quotation does not work, you can put the double quotation. It's not a big deal. So this is the syntax where we have in our multi-reader. Okay, now what I will do is I will say, now I am going to type this one in the username field, name field. Let's say or 1 is equals to 1, which is true, and space, I will give the space and give the 2 hyphens, and after these 2 hyphens you need to put the space. You must not forget the space after the 2 hyphens. Let's say Control C. Now it will be like username is equals to quotation or 1 is equals to 1 hyphen comment. Let's say view account details, and as you can see there are so many details of this in the database. So one thing you need to notice is even you have the select star from accounts, after getting the result, this PHP web server may filter some of these columns and display you only few columns. Here I have select star, I have 3 columns, right? Username, password and signature. These 3 are the columns, and PHP may show you only these 3 columns, but in reality we do not know how many columns this accounts table have. So we need to find out number of columns in this account, so that we can execute some variables. So what you can do is you can say union. So this union statement I did not tell in this previous video. So what this means is, you need this union combines 2 results but only when the two results columns are equal. So if you say select star from accounts and union select star from another accounts, uh, those two tables must have the same column number of columns. So I say union. Now I say select. What I want to do is, I don't know how many columns are there, I will simply say null. And now I say hyphen hyphen space. Let me copy this. So what this means is, uh, username is equals to quotation and then union select null. When this condition fails, if the columns of this accounts table does not matches with our number of values, in this case we are getting the null. And if I hit enter, you can see there is a error. You can see select statements have different number of columns, because there is already one select which is from accounts table which says say x number of columns, and here we are sending only one. So let me increase the number of columns. Let's say null, and there is no rule that you need to put the null only, you can put the numbers also. Account details. So two columns are not sufficient, we need to put the three columns. So let me copy this. So now I am testing with 3 columns, so it's also fail. Let's test with 4 columns. So this is somewhat tedious task, but if you understand the backend you will get easily. So even that fails. Okay, now let's put 5 columns. Now let's say Control A, Control C. Now let's view the account details, and there you go. You can see there are 5 columns in the account tables. Let's say 5 columns in accounts, but we are getting only 3 columns because this backend PHP is filtering only for showing the 3 columns. Now what I can do is, you can also put the numbers for easy understanding. You can say 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5, and if you click on this view account details, and you can see username is equals to 2, password 3 and signature 4. It means that this username is the second column of this account table, and the password is the third column of the account table, and signature is the fourth column of the account table. And we don't know 2 columns, those are first column and fifth column. So 2, 3, 4 columns are known. Now what important thing we can do is, we can get the version number of this SQL database. So there are 5 columns, right? Now what I can do is 1 comma. So if we want to display any information, you need to set the information only in these 2, 3, 4 values, because those values only will be displayed in our output. Let's say this is the user. If I say I need to put the small letters, let's say user function, and this user function indicates the current username the SQL service is running on, and I can say @ version. So now I can say view account details. We are asking for a user and the version of this SQL database. As you can see, our user is root @localhost, and you can see the version number of this SQL database is 5051 Ubuntu. You can search for this, and as you can see, if I type like this, I automatically got some vulnerabilities related to this version number. So I can just go out and check one of these vulnerabilities, and even if I have luck, I can find them in Metasploit. So we got the username and the the user and the version number. And what you can do is you can also uh, load the file into to display the into this our output. Let's say I'm going in the top of the directory. I don't know in which directory the SQL service running. I can just go top of directory and I say HC passwd. I'm going to I'm trying to view the HC passwd file. So there you go, guys. We got the information of this HC passwd, and you can see if there are any users with no password or just anonymous login, then you can see you can log in into this system using the username. As you can see, user is encrypted. Okay, all right. Now I think we do not get any information, but you can see the services. There is a pro FTPD server, and you can just Google for any vulnerabilities regarding that. So I think that's all about this union based SQL injections. I hope you have understood. We are just combined. We are up to now. Let's revise what we have done. We are sending this like quotation or which divides the one condition into two conditions, and we are making it true, and then we are getting the information from the web server, and then we are just finding the number of columns using this 1 2 3 4 5 6, or you can keep the null, and then knowing the columns we can learn which columns are displayed in this accounts table, and then we are asking some information. We got this. I have got this login page. Now let's reconsider our previous example, and now what we're going to do is select star from sample table. Let's assume this is a sample table and say name and the password, right, where we have got the username and the password. So to bypass this authentication, we should not comment this out, because it will check for the password also, and then okay, we can also put the comment. Okay, let me try that one also. Okay, first generally we say this will be the username field, and what I keep in this username field is I put the colon to make sure that this is one condition, and then I put the or, because I want to put the true condition here so that this condition whole becomes true. And let's say let's use the strings now. 1 is equals to 1. So I no need to put the another quotation, because there is already quotation that is belongs to this username field. So let me, so now it will be like this. Username is equals to blank, or 1 is equals to 1, which becomes true. So I will remove this. So this is the username field, guys. In the previous video we have both at the same time, but in this video we have two fields, right, name and the password. So it's being checked two times. I can simply copy paste this, whatever I put in username I can just copy paste it in the password field also, and there you go. You can just simply paste this and you can try to log in. So let me type this. Now I am giving the condition. Let me copy it in the username and the password. Let me click on the login, and there you can see we have logged in successfully. You can see logged in as admin, and admin name is monkey. Right, okay. So this is all about this bypassing authentication using this R based SQL injection. So I hope you have understood. We just did like in the previous case scenario, we just what we have done is we have changed it to string so that we do not get any conversions when we send the data. So that's all we did, but it's checking for two times. One is for username and the password. If it's successful for username, it will be also successful for the password.